Hello, my name's Councillor John Booker and I'm standing in Penistone and Stocksbridge to be your next MP in Westminster. I've had lots and lots of emails from lots of people in this area. This one's from Matthew at S35 and he asks the question: Dear Mr Booker, I am concerned that Theresa May has promised a vote to repeal the fox hunting ban if the Conservatives win the general election. Please can you tell me if there's a vote to repeal the ban, how would you vote? What is your party's policy on fox hunting? Well, Matthew, I am not a fan of fox hunting. If you must hunt, then hunt to eat. We don't eat foxes, so I would not vote to repeal this ban. As for UKIP's policy on fox hunting, it is to let local communities decide on the issue, and the party would support their decision. So thanks, Matthew, very much. This email's from Michael, S35, and it's quite a long-winded one. I'll just give you the basics of it. Dear John Booker, I am concerned by the ongoing attacks on basic human rights of the Palestinian people. As you are a candidate for my constituency in the forthcoming general election, I am writing to ask you on your views on Israel-Palestine before I decide how to vote. Well, thank you for that, Michael. My views on this issue are that it's the basic instinct of any normal human being to protect all human rights of all people. The centuries-old problems of the Middle East are complex and difficult to solve. Saudi Arabia has had a peace plan on the table for many years. This involves pulling Israel back from its settlements on disputed lands and Israel's neighbours accepting the right for Israel to exist. With the new American administration seemingly carrying favour with the Saudis, let's hope we can get a long-term solution to this very difficult problem. This is one from Carol, and she's put, Dear John Booker, the We Own It campaign is in relation to bus ownership, setting out positive vision for the future of our bus services. And she's asked me about the issues of private money, private companies, public money, and I've answered it in the best way I can. Basically, I submitted a notice of motion to Sheffield City Council this year in relation to clause 21 of the bus service bill, a campaign championed by the We Own It organisation. The notice of motion was supported by all parties. We need a municipal bus service in Sheffield. A well-run bus service means a well-run city. Basically what clause 21 is the Tories' attempt to force local councils to spend public money on private companies. They do not allow you to have a municipal bus service, which is absolutely wrong, and I'm fighting against this, and we all should fight against it. So that's my response to that. This is from Vaughan, and he's put, Dear Mr Booker, there are an estimated 2,500 people living with cancer in Penistone and Stocksbridge, and this could rise to 4,800 in 2030. Nationally, every family in the UK is likely to be affected by at some point of this terrible disease. It goes on and on, but basically my answer to you is thanks for this email. My friends and family have suffered from this terrible disease, as many other people. I have personally supported cancer research organisations in the past and will continue in the future to try and eradicate this terrible disease. I've had an email here asking me about issues of austerity and how families are struggling, and I thought it's ideal to point out that I put a notice of motion through Sheffield City Council in February, and this is the basis of it. The working poor and their families are under attack and are losing the battle. Wages have fallen for the poorest due to benefit changes and wage compression. These issues are related problems as a direct result of austerity policies perpetrated by the current and previous governments. The poorest in society are bearing the majority of the cuts, and the government is shifting its debt onto them, causing more hardship and reducing state services to the most needy. At the same time, the government is creating an additional 60 billion of quantitative easing to spend in the financial market. This makes a total quantitative easing package so far to be deployed of 435 billion. Quantitative easing is basically printing money. Imagine what good could have been made of this kind of financial clown for the benefit of society as a whole. Under the current government, this theme of the poor getting poorer and the rich getting richer will continue. It's a disgrace, and this situation has been allowed to proceed as far as it has. Where is the opposition? Where is the alternative economic policy? The system of planned control, corporate control, known as globalisation, which was created by stealth and deception, a system that benefits the financial interest of the City of London at the expense of the rest of us. We need quantitative easing for the people, investing in the real economy, help financial small businesses who still find it difficult to secure funding, make it easier for small and medium-sized businesses with 250 employees or less to tender for public sector contracts. This money could allow young people to start an apprenticeship in a place for non-core subjects, GCSE level, abolish tuition fees for those studying science, technology, engineering, maths and medicine. I further believe that a policy of renationalising our railways, transport system, utilities and services would benefit in future the society as a whole. And I place on record at this moment we have a system of socialism for the bankers and capitalism for the workers. UKIP believe that the 52 billion and rising that the Conservative governments supported by the Labour Party and the Liberal Democrats intends to spend on HS2 vanity project will be better off spent on investing in the adequate existing transport infrastructure and high-speed broadband. In this country we have 3 train lines as it is. We have the Central line, we have the Eastern and Western. We need to electrify them, we need to increase rolling stock, we need to double line them in places. We just need to work on the infrastructure, and this would be far, far better than destroying massive swathes of the beautiful British countryside for this vanity project. To get to London 20 minutes earlier, just get up a bit earlier. I think it's a ridiculous amount of money, and all it will do is make incredibly wealthy people even wealthier, and it will destroy parts of our wonderful country. And we are totally and utterly against it, and that money could be invested in the National Health Service and other worthwhile opportunities in this country what are crying out for funding. I'd just like to say that your MP in this area, and my MP, come to that, is Angela Smith. In 12 years in office she has cost you £2 million. The current salary for an MP is roughly 74,000. I think they got a pay rise, it may have gone up a little bit. But over that period, with her expenses, and one year, I think it was 2015, she claimed £189,000. I will say to you, do you feel better off for that £2 million that she has cost you? You've got to remember there are 5 Labour MPs in Sheffield. They've cost you £10 million. Are we better off? My answer is no. Angela Smith is a woman of wealth, not a woman of value. I am your man in Westminster. I will burst this bubble. If any money is going spared, it will be spent in the constituency on the people who have voted me in. So I'd just like to vote for me and put your faith in me, and your faith will be repaid. Thank you very much.